Welcome back to 91.9, but this is the love
Struggling over
below,
there.
and this is Demo.
Sunshine B.
Girl, Mola.
Hey, well,
Alright, they're still laughing at me because I have not figured out how to work this board yet. It's kind of sad. Every
We
time.
ain't laughing, we laughing with you, not at you.
I just didn't laugh yet. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. So,
You're laughing on the inside.
the next thing that we're going to discuss today, and the last thing that we're going to discuss before we do our shout outs, is universal health care within the nation. How do we feel about it? Are we for or against? Where do you stand?
Yeah. To every beginning list coming in. I just feel that, healthcare should be provided for at least, well, everybody needs some healthcare. Um, affordable healthcare, I feel that everybody should have at least some type of healthcare that's affordable to them. As far as anything else, I'm not gonna chime in on that. So, y'all
I'll
got
go
it.
in. I don't think universal health care is needed. I think a better education and actual activity toward eating better, exercising, using better things, just period. I mean, just better practices, health practices, period. Reduce the amount of time that you have to go to the doctor, that the amount of expenses that you use or need for health care. There are certain things as far as, you know, birth control and those type of things. And if you do get cancer and things of that nature, providing chemotherapy and different therapies and stuff to be able to successfully, fight those diseases and things of that nature. But as there are a lot of nutritionists and there are a lot of medical doctors, a lot of psychologists, there are a lot of other fields of people that will let you know that if we encourage and actually practice some of the things that we know are work, you know, less processed foods, more natural foods, better exercising instead of inactivity, better, coping strategies and those things of that nature, healthcare doesn't become an issue as much as it is. As it currently stands in our nation, I think there would need to be better practices to where people can afford healthcare if they do choose to use it.
And what about other nations that already have that plan implemented? Because I know in some, you know, nations and countries, they already have their health care already there, and I mean, it seems to work out perfectly for them.
I mean, each country poses its own issues, and I'm sure there were some people that were against it at the start.
Right.
I think it can be very helpful for those that don't have access to affordable health care. Like, if it costs $500 to ride in an ambulance before I ever get in the hospital and I got my issues
Right.
and I don't have no job, I can't really afford that. And who's to say that just because I'm not working at the time, I am not worth saving?
Right.
And that's where my issue lies. I would have to say that if we can find a universal health care plan that is beneficial to all parties involved, then that's good. But urgent care, I don't believe is sufficient as it stands right now
Right.
because it's not affordable and it's not efficient. And that's a problem. Did anybody else have anything they want to say about it before we roll into our shout out?
Yeah,
Emergency
very
rides
fine.
is not cheap.
Okay.
I know when I got
Hey,
my
I mean,
car.
you got another topic, man. You don't ran through all the topics.
No, I have two more, but
We got a good 7 minutes.
okay. Well, the last two are kind of heavy, and I'm going to save the last one for another day. So we're going to talk about, I guess, whether you believe abortion is a subject that we should talk about from a legal standpoint, and then where you stand on the issue.
I'm pro-choice. Simple as that. I mean, when it comes, I feel like they're taking it too far, and they're not thinking about all the different things that come with abortion. Like somebody, got raped or is incest, or it could affect the mother, and like the child needs to be terminated. Like they're bringing some, like, I know we have our rights, but I feel like in some cases they're taking our rights away. Like, I should have the right to decide what I want to do. But I also don't believe, like, the people who are getting, like, 5, 6, 7 abortions. No, I feel like there should be a limit. There should be, you know, if they're under 18, they should, you know, should have a guardian, because there's some things, even, you know, when it happens and they get it done and they end up not having children when they're 25, and they're like, well, why can't you have children? Oh, by the way, mama, when I was 16, I had an abortion. Like, if they're, you know, made to talk to their parents, that will help them a little bit better with their decisions when they're under 18. 18, you're adult, so you can decide, you know, what you want to do. But like I said, I'm pro-choice, so.
On that other bit, I mean, if they're having problems with their parents asking why they can't have children, it's a little, that's not really your business.
I mean, but that is definitely a
I mean, I
conversation that
understand
will
the
go down.
frustration and why parents and children may have that conversation, but that was my decision that I made. If you can't accept it, that's your problem. It really had nothing to do with you. But I do understand. Yeah. From a personal standpoint, I don't believe it should be a legal issue. It, again, is a moral choice. You decide what you want to do. It does lead me to another conversation that I was having with FDOT earlier, and I think that we should have at a later date as to, because if you believe in pro-choice, it's the woman's choice, but what about the man? We don't really get a choice after we decided to lay down. Yes, ma'am.
I wasn't gonna chime in, but, like you said, I have a friend of mine who is going through the same situation, and he is, you know, on the other side. You know, he helped create, but the female wants to have an abortion, but he wants to keep the baby. How do they go about giving rights to that other party? And that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, it's a deep conversation. Like I said, it's something that we should definitely explore at a later date because we don't really have the time to dedicate to it that it deserves. So, I mean, I thank you guys for chiming in, and then we're gonna go ahead and go into our shout outs, and we're gonna call it an evening.
Quick shout out to Jay Wynn, tuning
Man.
in. Quick shout out to Astra for listening, Raven for tuning in, everybody else that I don't know,
Hey, guys.
actually try to tune in, or watch online. To Mo Love, to Sunshine B, and to Demo for another great set of topics that we could expand our minds and learn a little bit about, but also express in a healthy manner, despite our position on whatever topic it may be. To everybody out here just that are students that are grinding, it's getting hard out here for us, so y'all need to
Amen.
prepare and
Sure is.
pray and progress, manifest, and grind, so that we can all make it to our destined goals. That's pretty much it until Friday.
That was a long list of shout-outs.
I know you ain't talking because you go down to all the people in Atlanta, all the people in Savannah, all the people in Dominican Republic.
I don't do Savannah, maybe Dominican Republic, but anyways. So I want to give a shout out to everybody in the studio, Demo, for the awesome and great topic. I want to give a shout out to my boo in Atlanta. I miss you, baby. Coming home soon, and all the ATL fam down.
The shortest shout out she has ever given.
Whatever.
Shout out to all my friends, shout out to everybody listening, shout out to my staff, I'm about to see in about 40 minutes. And y'all better look right too.
Oh, well then.
Shout out to my dance crew, Euphoria Dance Crew.
Thank you for that. Shout out to everyone in the studio and everyone that tuned in. We really appreciate you. Shout out to our anonymous caller that was not able to get through. Hopefully we can get you through the next time. Again, we appreciate everyone for tuning in, and we hope that you have a wonderful evening until Friday. We do have a couple breaking news stories. One, that Luke Bryan's farm show will be in Claxton tomorrow. Casey, the Sunshine Bee, has big hair. CNN
lot of
has
hair.
released their list of possible Supreme Court justice picks for both presidential candidates. Be sure you check that out because that will affect what's going on in the world. And I believe that's all that we're going to do today. You guys have a wonderful evening, and we will see you on Friday.
Bye-bye.
Everybody doesn't come on Tuesdays. He just came in for them.
Um,